Hi there, Mark and I today celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary. So instead of doing a long post, because I really don't have time for that, and plus Mark doesn't like those long posts. Actually, I should have done one just to dedicate it to you, just for our 10th. But anyway, so what we decided, we thought we're going to take some of the most common 10 questions that are asked to couples celebrating anniversaries or their marriage. And you know what, and hopefully this could actually trend and any couples that are celebrating their anniversary right now or in the future, you know, just take our 10 questions and, you know, and answer them honestly. You never know who it could be helpful for, you know, because no marriage is perfect. All right, moving on. Okay, so 10 questions. So question number 1, how did you meet?
Just me?
Yeah.
Oh. Internet.
I can't do all the talking.
We met online. I don't know what it is called. I don't think No, seriously. I did RSVP, but because there is another one.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys a story. And I'll try to make it short. We met on this website called Lava Life, and we hit it off. And then Mark said, "Oh, this is my address." So instead of us communicating online, let's like communicate offline, because guys, when they initiated the conversation, they had to actually pay. So we did that. So went off it, and then I sent Mark this long email. And it got rejected, and I was so angry. So I said, oh, just another one of those guys. So I actually deleted my profile from there. And then I think a couple of months later, I said, okay, I'm gonna be serious about this. Oh no, yeah. I went with Amy to New Zealand, celebrated our 30th. And I thought, you know what, I'm 30 now, I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna find the one. Still looking. Anyway. So came back from New Zealand from our trip, and I went onto RSVP, and I saw his profile picture, and I thought, this is the guy that gave me his wrong email. Anyway, because I could tell it was him because he had the same profile photo as the other website, him and his 2 dogs. Like Mark would be the only one that would have a profile with his dogs. And then it was him. And then when we actually got together, I actually misspelled his surname because Ozoli is O-S-Z, and I just always thought it was O-Z. Even for our wedding invitations, I sent it out with O-Z-S. The poor family, they're the ones that picked it up. So it was my fault, but anyway, that's all in the past. All right, we hit it off. Continue our 10 questions. We have to move closer. Our eldest. Alright, go Baba. Mum and Dad have like 9 more questions to go. Alright, question number 2. Was it love at first sight? It wasn't.
We connected. But
we connected.
How can you be? Like you don't even know the person.
I wish I had that experience. Some people say it's love at first sight when they see each other across the room.
No, it's not love, it's lust.
It wasn't.
How can you be in love with a person you never met before?
True. No, it wasn't love at first sight. You should have seen what Mark wore when we first met up. He looked like he hadn't had a haircut. And he wore these worn out track shoes, runners, and he wore that like overstretched woolen
Yeah, he was like 10 years old or something.
top, and what else? And he wore these cargo pants that was like, it didn't match at all. But actually, when we started talking, when we were talking face, we're actually close up in the restaurant. I noticed that, you know, he was fit, so that was a tick. And also, he had nice blue eyes, high cheekbones, and then I started to, you know, do a makeover in my head. What I would, the clothes I'll put on, and I'm not that vain, but am I right, ladies? Like, who has sat across their potential husband and done a makeover on them? Just being honest. All right.
Look, if I am my best self on the first date, then obviously you like me then. You like me when I'm not so good, then you like me when I'm bad.
Yeah, so
So
there was no pretense.
I was just too cheap to get a haircut.
Wow. So the moral of that story, look beyond. It's not all about, right? Okay, question number 3. What was your common thread?
Business.
Business. Definitely business. Number 4, how long was it before you decided to get married? You proposed.
6 months. I think it was 6 months.
Yeah, we don't look around. Question number 5, where did you go for your first wedding anniversary? It was the national...
Hungry Jack's, isn't it?
No, I think, no, I'm saying where did we celebrate our wedding anniversary? We ate at Hungry Jack's, but we were at a business convention that weekend.
Wasn't the one with Trump?
Yeah.
That is the one when Trump came to talk.
Yeah, I will always remember where, see, Mark remembers where he ate. I always remember because maybe you women have been lucky, you got some flowers, went on a romantic holiday. But for us, we went to a business, well, it was our common thread. So we went to a business convention. It was a national convention, and Trump and Robert Kiyosaki were the main speakers. And that was a dream for me because I always wanted to listen to Robert Kiyosaki live. A dream for Mark because he got to watch Trump live, but
he wasn't the president.
He wasn't the president, yeah, but it was really good. The mindset of those businessmen, a whole nother level. It was really good.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, so question number 7. Oh no, 6. How would you describe your marriage?
I think so. I don't.
The jury's not out on that yet.
Yeah, I've been married 10 years, so I guess it's good.
Let's see where you take me today in lockdown. Nowhere. Yeah, good marriage.
Yeah, I could take you somewhere, but it has to be within 5 kilometers.
Yeah, it's a good marriage. No marriage is perfect. We've had our intense fellowship, but we've worked it out. Well, whose marriage is perfect? Like, please tell me whose marriage. I think the main idea is that you're able to like talk things through, and I think that's our next question. How do you resolve issues?
I walk dogs.
And I eat chocolate.
That's it.
Yeah, there's no deep meaning to that one. Nah, we talk things like I said before. We talk things.
You don't have too many. Like, it's not like a daily thing. You have issues like once in a while and we talk it out. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, my mother actually asked me, how often do we argue? And I'm like, I haven't argued yet. And she goes, you've been married like 3 years. I'm like, no, we haven't argued yet. Like, why would we argue? There's no need for it.
Yeah.
We don't argue much. It's not an argument, it's a difference of opinion, okay?
Difference of opinion, yeah. We just have our daily debates. Alright, question number 8. What 2 things have you learned from each other?
Like about myself?
I'm going to check if that's we're expecting more play. Alright, while Mark is going to check if that's the mailman. What 2 things have you learned from each other? To narrow it down, I think 1 from Mark, I've learned to be bold, not to be afraid of other people's opinions, but to take it on board, and if you can have a discussion with those individuals, do so, but don't take it personally, because I tend to sometimes, but I have learned that to be bold and speak up, and with your conviction, like if whatever you value, Don't compromise just because you have opposition, but see the other person's point of view. And second, never to give up. Like what, probably a lot of people say that, but like Winston Churchill said, never give up. And Mark's, that's one of his great qualities is he's not one to get knocked down and just stay down. Especially with our business as well, and we've had losses, but he's told me to just learn from it and just persevere and don't give up.
At the end of the day, only one business idea has to run. Like the guy with paper, he had 10. So that was his 11th idea for paper. That's 11 months.
You want to answer that? 2 things?
I think that is to just to balance each other's strength out. Like Faye is really good with communication. I'm not so good with communication, especially over the phone. So she does this part, I do my part. Works out.
It says here two. I know there's probably 5 things about me.
Her family is loud.
That's not from me.
I need to be learned to sleep while they are talking in the kitchen. I can still hear them in the bedroom, and it's like a room and a hallway and another room and another hallway between us. But it's almost like they're in the room.
Mark, when you were going to marry Samoans that were like loud, but you've learned.
I learned to adjust.
Let's adjust. That's what marriage is about. Balance and adjusting, right? Okay, question number 9. What would be one of the highlights in the past 10 years?
Well, one of them, besides Liam.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
I guess when we go holiday, we have good holidays.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter whether we went to Europe or Samoa, we have good holidays.
Highlight. Okay. I'm gonna go all spiritual now.
Oh yeah.
I would say the highlight would Mark coming to the Lord, accepting Christ into his life. We have a lot of highlights, like Mark says, definitely, and expecting the next one and our holidays. But definitely knowing Jesus Christ on his own. It's definitely, because Mark, if you don't know, Mark, was an atheist. So, and Mark wasn't just an atheist like some people who say, oh, I don't believe in God, but he was an atheist with opinions, and he could argue, he could debate, but that was definitely a real moment for me that he came to the Lord. All right, last question. Oh, I'm gonna tell.
Clinton didn't want to marry us on the basis that I'm atheist and you're religious.
That's true.
Luckily, he changed his mind because if you're watching this, Clinton, I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't happy.
Clinton, he's grown. Yeah, Mark's. You know what? While we're on the topic of Clinton, Mark's friend, one of his good mates from uni, Clinton, who's a pastor, Presbyterian pastor. He's been sowing that seed on Mark's life since uni. Since you guys were at uni, and Mark's in, he's 46 now. So Clinton, well done. I'm sure the Lord, when you enter those gates, He'll say, "Good and faithful servant. You did your job well with this guy." I got to see the fruits of the seed that you sowed on his life and him coming to the Lord. But you did all the hard. You had to put up with his opinions. Agree to disagree and all that, but thank you so much, Clinton. God's hand is definitely on your life, and Kirsty's as well. All right, drum roll. Last question. Question number 10. What would your advice be to a young couple about to get married?
Make sure you have long-term common goals. Don't rush. have small goals and think that's gonna take you through life. It's what you have to have long-term goals, and they have to be in common.
You'll have your, just going on what Mark said, you'll have your separate interests like we do, but have a common one for your family, and just, and know you, and like most of the things, our reason, our why is because, our family, obviously God first, and then family and so on. My advice for you, talk, yeah. I would say don't hide anything from each other. That's a big thing. Even though it could be painful for the other person to hide, if there's issues, don't build it up. You hear that a lot, and it's like, oh, that's just cliche, but don't build it up where it becomes a massive avalanche, and then all of a sudden one thing ticks off, and then, the disaster happens because you weren't open with each other from the beginning. And like we said before, just talk it through and resolve those issues. And of course with us, Christ is in the center of our marriage now, and that's a big thing for us. If you're a Christian, you're listening to this, is keep your your eyes on the Lord and what's His will in your marriage, in your life, because we all know God is for marriage, and just go to Him. Like, He's the source of wisdom and of strength and of comfort. And if you're going through things right now in your marriage, we look to the Lord and said, okay, Lord, this is happening right now. We just need wisdom and your strength in dealing with whatever season we're going through. So that would be my advice for a young couple, and just enjoy every moment, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got lucky with the mother-in-laws and the family, because each of our family have accepted the other person. Because you even noticed different races here.
Yes, we are the superior race. No, I'm kidding.
No. Don't go there.
Yeah, let's not make this political.
No, but I have known a person whose parents did not accept the girl he was dating, and after 5 years they broke up because of it. So I mean, maybe it's a different story if the same race, but in a different race, it's a possibility. So you have to figure out what to deal with. Like I said, we got lucky.
And no marriage is perfect. And I think go into it without this, like, the Hollywood movie sort of like, the love and all that stuff, all that airy fairy thing, because there's the thing called real life. That's what I would say. Don't have this preconceived idea how it's going to be, because all marriages are different. Because they have that fantasy that what a marriage should be, a relationship should be, and it's all about love. But man, there's going to be some obstacles and some rocks thrown at you, and things are going to come up. But be realistic when you sit down and talk about it. And on that note, that's our pack outside. Anything you want to add while we wrap up, 10 years of... Go on, I know you want to say something.
No, it's not appropriate.
Yeah, okay, let's keep it PG, Mark, and let's keep it...
No, nothing like that. Please.
I said keep it PG political, alright? And on that note, we're going to head off and have some takeaways to celebrate our 10th year wedding anniversary, because no restaurants are open. But we've survived COVID. That's another thing. Life is too short. Like, we're in lockdown, and this is how we're celebrating our 10th year. The main thing is that